isn't it?" He made it sound as if it were just around the corner from me. It wasn't. Sighing, I answered, "It's up in St. Ferdinand's Valley, Charlie. That's about 40, maybe 50 miles from where I am right now."
"Oh,"
he said in a small voice. A 50-mile circle out from Charlie's office dragged in at least 4 provinces. 50 miles from me won't even get me out of my barony, unless I head straight south, and then I'm only in the one next door. I don't need to head south very often. The barony of Orange has its own EPA investigators. "So what's going on in Chatsworth?" I asked. "Especially what's going on that you need to bounce me out of bed?"
"I am sorry about that,"
he said, so calmly that I knew he'd known what time it was out here before he called, which meant it was urgent, which meant I could start worrying, which I did. He went on,
"We may have a problem with a dump in the hills up there."
I rifled through my mental files. "That'd be the Devonshire dump, wouldn't it?"
"Yes, that's the name,"
he agreed eagerly, too eagerly. Devonshire's been giving Angel City on and off problems for years. The trouble with magic is it's not free. All the good it produces is necessarily balanced by a like amount of evil. Yeah, I know people have understood that since Newton's day. For every quality, there is an equal and opposite counter-quality, and all the math that goes with the law. But mostly it's a lip service understanding, along the lines of, as long as I don't shit in my yard, who cares about next door? That attitude worked fine, or seemed to, as long as next door meant the wide open spaces. If byproducts of magic blighted a forest or poisoned a stream, so what? You just moved on to the next forest or stream. 100 years ago, the Confederated Provinces seemed to stretch west forever. But they don't. I ought to know. Angel's City, of course, sits on the coast of the peaceful ocean. We don't have unlimited unspoiled land and water to exploit anymore. And as industrial magic has shown itself ever more capable of marvelous things, its byproducts have turned ever more noxious. You wouldn't want them coming downstream at you. Believe me, you wouldn't. My job is to make sure they don't. "What's gone wrong with Devonshire now?" I asked. The answer I really wanted was nothing. A lot of local industries dispose of waste at Devonshire, and some of the biggest ones are defense firms. By the very nature of things, the byproducts from their spills are more toxic than anybody else's. Charlie Kelly said,
"We're not really sure there's anything wrong, Dave."
That was close to what I wanted to hear, but not close enough. He went on,
"Some of the local people,"
he didn't say who,
"have been complaining more than usual, though."
"They have any reason to?" I said. Local people always complain about toxic spell dumps. They don't like the noise, they don't like the spells, they don't like the flies. Can't blame them too much for that. Would you want byproducts from dealings with Beelzebub in your backyard? Most of the time, as Charlie said, nothing is really wrong, but every once in a while...
"That's what we want you to find out,"
he told me. "Okay," I answered. Then something he had said a while before clicked in my head. I hadn't been awake enough to pay attention to it till now. "What do you mean you want me to take a quiet look around? Why shouldn't I go up there with flags flying and cornets blaring?" A formal EPA inspection is worth seeing. 2 exorcists, a thaumaturge, shamans from the Americas, Mongolia, and Africa, the whole 9 yards. Sometimes the incense is a toxic hazard all by itself.
"Because I want you to do it this way."
He sounded harassed.
"I've been asked to handle this unofficially as long as I can. Why do you think I'm calling you at home? Unless and until you find something really out of line, it would be best for everybody if you kept a low profile. Please, Dave."
"Okay, Charlie." I owed Charlie a couple, and he's a pretty good fellow. It's politics, isn't it? I made it into a swear word.
"What's not?"
He let it go at that. I didn't blame him. He had a job he wanted to keep, and telephone imps have...